Welcome back to Euro Football Daily for today's 10, where we're bringing you 10 players struggling at their dream club. Let's get into it. 10. Eduardo Camavinga. Eduardo Camavinga may still just be 19, but nevertheless the Rennes Academy graduate was probably hoping for a stronger start at Real Madrid. Upon joining in the summer of 2021, the Frenchman said he didn't hesitate when the biggest club in the world came calling, and he hopes that playing good games for Los Blancos will get him into the French World Cup squad. Sadly, he still hasn't been called up by Didier Deschamps since 2020 due to Toni Kroos and Luka Modric powering Carlo Ancelotti's side to a La Liga title, relegating the young midfielder to the bench. Despite scoring a goal on his debut, Camavinga has made just 7 league starts this season, and while that may not seem too bad for a teenager challenging one of the best midfields of all time, his last season in France saw him play the 7th most minutes in the Rennes squad. His eye-catching dribbling output has nearly halved too, from 1.2 dribbles completed per 90 in France to just 0.7 in Spain. It's early days yet, but clearly Camavinga's Real Madrid career hasn't gone quite with the lofty personal expectations he set himself during pre-season. 9. Colin Dagba. Not everyone has heard of Colin Dagba, but the defender has been another victim of PSG's superstar transfer policy. The right-back has been with them since 2016 and dreamt of playing consistent Champions League football at the Parc des Princes, and he got off to a good start in 2018-19 when he played 17 games under Thomas Tuchel alongside Christopher Nkunku. Then in 2021, it looked as if the 22-year-old had locked down his role in the team, making 25 appearances in Ligue 1, while only 6 players completed more carries into the box than him per 90, showing he had the class to unlock a deep-sitting defence. But of course, as PSG do, they signed a superstar to stand in his path in the shape of Achraf Hakimi. The Moroccan has arguably been their best signing this season, and we're not suggesting that Dagba should be starting over him. However, it's a shame the former Boulogne player, who showed promise and wanted to lead Le Parisien through the Champions League, will now likely leave in the summer. Time will tell if fans do miss him, but Dagba could end up going down as another talented but frustrated PSG youngster forced out the door. 8. Daniele Rugani. In 2015, Daniele Rugani seemed to have the world at his feet. Placed in the Serie A Team of the Year at Empoli and set to join up with Juventus, the club he had always supported, the then 21-year-old was ready to become a superstar. But now, at 27, the Italian is 21st in the squad for league minutes, about to be taken over by Dusan Vlahovic, who only joined in January. In fact, his market value has fallen from £20 million in 2019 to just £3 million now, and injuries have been an issue. But even when given the chance to impress, he has struggled. Since 2017, according to SofaScore, Rugani has been beaten by opposition players in 1-versus-1 situations more than 50% of the time, a very weak number for a centre-back. Playing behind Chiellini and Bonucci is an admittedly hard task, but Matthias de Ligt immediately usurped him as one for the future. Maybe there's hope though, as in January Rugani started 5 straight matches for Juve for the first time in 3 years. With Chiellini's contract up next year, the former Empoli star can still make it work with the Bianconeri. 7. Harry Winks. Struggling at a dream club isn't just limited to players making moves, as Harry Winks' recent time at Tottenham Hotspur demonstrates. Winks is simply Spurs through and through. He attended his first match at White Hart Lane when he was 6 years old, but by that point he had already been part of the club's academy for almost a year. It means that the 26-year-old has been part of the club continuously for 20 years. But perhaps he might need to break that association for the next step in his career. This season, the England international ranks 13th in the squad for game time, some 500 minutes behind fellow academy graduate Oliver Skipp, 5 years his junior. Even if Winks does feature in all of Spurs' remaining games this season, his combined total since the start of last season still won't reach his high watermark of over 2,200 minutes in 2019-20. As Jose Mourinho, Nuno Espirito Santo, and now Antonio Conte have seen him as nothing more than a rotation option. It's fair to say that he is stagnating somewhat at his boyhood club, but that might be a bond too strong to break for Winks. 6. Takumi Minamino. When Takumi Minamino joined Liverpool in January 2020, the Japanese attacker expressed his excitement ahead of playing for the Reds in the Premier League. 2 years later though, the former Salzburg player will be disappointed to see he's played just 1,300 top-flight minutes. That still does not do justice to how small a component he has become under Jurgen Klopp. As since returning on loan from the South Coast, Minamino has played just 86 league minutes this season. This astonishingly averages out at 8 minutes per Premier League game, a sad decline for a player who previously flew alongside Erling Haaland in the Champions League. The move to Merseyside was meant to be a smart acquisition, as it was theorised he could support and rotate with the front line, but after scoring 13 goals in over 50 Liverpool appearances, a huge drop from the 64 strikes managed at Red Bull, it's no wonder Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota have been brought in. If Minamino isn't careful, he could fall out of the Japanese starting 11, as Ritzy Doan and Daisen Maeda break into the side, and if he misses the 2022 World Cup squad, then this move will have been a total disaster. 5. Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia did everything to return to Barcelona last summer after leaving for Manchester in 2017, and the free transfer seemed ready to succeed in the short term, but the 20-year-old has had an erratic season, being sent off twice and committing errors across the campaign. Xavi has still kept faith in the La Masia graduate, playing him for 90 minutes on 10 separate occasions, but the underlying numbers would suggest, at least defensively, Garcia is out of his depth. His tackle success rate of 32% is abysmal compared to Ronald Araujo and Gerard Piqué, who both have double the youngster's rate, and the Spaniard also holds the lowest aerial win rate out of the trio. But to his credit, only Pedri, Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets average more progressive passes per 90, which is vital in a Barca side that likes to go as direct as much as it retains possession. Still, that doesn't mean he can get away with his current defensive performances, and as La Liga strikers have and will continue to get more physical, the 5'10" centre-back will need to muscle up. There is certainly no cause for alarm just yet, but Garcia has definitely found life tougher than he expected to. 4. Mesut Ozil. He may be a World Cup winner with Germany, but Mesut Ozil's roots lie firmly in Turkey. The son of immigrants who moved to Gelsenkirchen during the 1980s, the first language he spoke was Turkish, while the preschool he attended was made up entirely of children in the same situation as he was. So it should come as no surprise that Ozil was an avid follower of the Super League, with Fenerbahce his chosen team. And having always expressed a desire to play for the Canaries, finally saw his dream come true after his Arsenal contract was cancelled in January 2021. But it's hardly been the homecoming he anticipated. Playing a bit-part role last campaign, 33-year-old Ozil was named as captain and started the season well with 7 goals in his first 14 games. However, fitness issues have punctuated his time in Istanbul, and it was injury that put a stop to an impressive run in a lacklustre Fener side. He has recovered, but the bad news kept coming, as he has since been suspended from the first team following a reported bust-up with the manager. We're not quite sure this was what he was dreaming of as a child. 3. Marcel Sabitzer. When Marcel Sabitzer followed Julian Nagelsmann to Bayern from RB Leipzig, there was outrage from Bundesliga fans. But from the Austrians' perspective, it was understandable, as he grew up with Bayern superstars Z Roberto and Giovanni Elba posted on his bedroom wall. However, the 28-year-old may be regretting his move, because even though Bayern looked set to win their 10th title in a row, the 28-year-old has played fewer minutes than Musiala and barely more than Tolisso. What made Sabitzer a superstar in Leipzig beyond his leadership was his work in the final third, as he contributed to 54 Bundesliga goals for the Red Bulls after joining the league in 2016. In Bavaria though, across 25 club appearances he has just 1 goal and has been forced to play deeper down the pitch. We can't even guarantee things will improve, as in March 2022 Bild reported that he was already looking for a move away after suffering a communication breakdown with Nagelsmann. Here's hoping that Sabitzer mends his relationship with his boss and that his dream doesn't become a full-blown nightmare. 2. Memphis Depay. Under Xavi's revival at Barcelona, practically every member of the squad has benefited from the former club captain's magic touch. Memphis Depay, though, is the only player to see his time in Catalonia go downhill, and for a player who suffered a similar fall at Man United, he will want to arrest the situation quickly, considering he labelled the move from Lyon a dream come true. Under Koeman, the PSV Academy graduate confidently looked to fill the gap Messi had left, registering 8 league goals and assists before Xavi took charge. Since then though, he has only managed 4 goals in 9 La Liga appearances, and the 28-year-old hasn't started a game since December. 2 separate injuries have scuppered his chances, but it's hard to justify starting him even when fully fit. As for expected goals and expected assists per 90, the Dutchman sits behind Ferran Torres and Aubameyang, while only narrowly ahead of the in-form Ousmane Dembele. The Depay that arrived from Lyon was dominant, scoring 12 non-penalty goals and assisting 12 more. He needs to rediscover his old form urgently to avoid becoming the next Barcelona flop. 1. Romelu Lukaku. The inspiration for this entire list, it would be an understatement to say that Romelu Lukaku's return to Chelsea hasn't gone to plan. Whilst he can't be begrudged leaving West London first time around in 2014, after just 10 appearances for the first team and 2 loan spells, it's fair to say that the fans expected far more this time from the 28-year-old. After 2 years with the Nerazzurri in which he netted 64 times across all competitions, Lukaku will now struggle to reach double figures in the Premier League, on track for his worst return since a goalless 2011-12. 3 goals in 3 games was a good start, but injury saw him lose his place in the starting lineup, Before that, a now infamous interview with Sky Sports Italia damaged his relationship with his teammates, management and fans alike. He needs to start scoring more regularly if he wants to earn back their respect at Stamford Bridge. So guys, that was 10 players struggling at their dream club. What did you guys think of our list, and did we miss anyone out? Let me know in the comments down below. As ever, if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to EuroFootball Daily, and I'll catch you next time.